Yo, 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 our mics on? Are we on? Is this thing on? Mic check. This is the check-in. Excuse us while we get a little situated right quick. Just a little situated. That's all we need. We need to get a little situated for the situation.
We're good.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me put this.
Hit them with the discretion.
Yeah,
Hit them
we are
with the
about
discretion
to.
one time.
Wait, are we live?
Yeah, we are
We're live right
sir.
now.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good. We're good.
What's up, y'all? We're back. It's the check-in every Sunday, like we told y'all, 8:30 p.m. Y'all could always tune in with us. I got the host, man, to the side of me. Introduce yourself, bro.
I am your boy, Heat Detector.
Man, and we got the engineer in the back as well. Introduce yourself.
It's Ill for real.
Ill for real in the
Thank you
building.
for letting me
So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all off top, man, the disclaimer to let y'all know before we get into any of this. We're not therapists, we're not psychologists, we're none of that, man. We're just a couple of homies sitting down and talking about issues that affect all of us: men's mental health, women's mental health, everybody's mental health.
Facts.
You might hear some things that you don't want to hear. You might hear some truths
That's
you
my
might
part.
want to hear. And we keep it real over here because the thing is that we work and we strive towards solutions. And that's the purpose of this show. So you might hear some things that might hopefully evolve you and move you into a better position. And also,
Also, on my part,
yeah,
so if you dream of bunny rabbits, you got cotton candy ears, and, you know, rainbows and all that shit, just change the channel right now. You're probably gonna, if you're thin-skinned, you're probably gonna hear things you don't like. You don't need to flag us. You don't need to report us. What you need to do is just move the fuck on to a different page, because we keep real talk here. We hold people accountable for things that they say, and ourselves. We hold ourselves accountable for things that we say. And it may offend people. It may offend you if you're watching. It may offend somebody you know. I don't know. But don't report us. Just go watch and listen to something else. This may not be the thing for you. We would hope you would sit in with open ears and hope that you would take in what we're saying and maybe get something or gain something from it, because that's the whole purpose of the show. But that doesn't mean it's going to be light and easy. Life is not light and easy. We all know this. Life is not light and easy for me. I'm sure it's not light and easy for you. And the producer, engineer in the back, I'm sure it's not light and easy for him as well. So,
and that's the purpose of this whole show, man. And today is something special because we ain't done this in a minute. That where we sit and we actually check in, man. The purpose of this show is something special because we ain't done this in a minute. That where we sit
ahead,
and
man.
we
Yeah,
actually
let me just
man,
hold on. Let me fix this because I have. We're on Rumble right now too as well. So
all right, it's all good. We on Rumble. Shout out to
let me just hold on. Let me fix this because I have.
special.
We're on Rumble right now too as well. There we go. My bad.
Yeah, but shout out to everybody that's on Rumble that's tuning in, man. We respect y'all. This is the check-in. I think something important that we're gonna talk about today is us, man, because
Something we haven't done in a while.
and we haven't done that in a while. And from time to time, the topics of the check-in are about us. They're about my life sometimes. Maybe they might be about your life at certain points, but we talk about things that are affecting us so we could learn and kind of, come up with solutions. The reason that this show started was because this show used to be called Sunday Sit Down with the OGs. So it was called Sunday Sit Down with the OGs, and I was blessed enough to be one of the OGs, man, along with Heat Detector, with OT, Overton Harris, and we just started building this show, but we started talking more and more about the things that were going
Now,
on.
you remember how it happened, man. What happened was I was having a fucked up ass day.
That fucked up day, I remember that. That's
and
part
I didn't
want to.
I didn't want to do the
history.
show. I didn't want to do the show. I didn't want to do the Sunday Sit Down with the OGs.
But you knew that you needed to do the sit down.
No, wait. No, if you remember correctly, bro. Like, we started because we used to go a half an hour before the show to do technical shit and just chit chat real quick before the show.
We're doing the check-in before the check-in.
Yeah, but we didn't know we were checking in.
Nope.
No,
we're just chopping
I was
it up.
having a fucked up day, and I was like, I felt you guys felt like I was a little off or whatever. And you cool? And I'm like, nah, man, I really don't want to fucking do the show. I don't feel good, man. I'm having a fucked up ass day. My thoughts were all over the place. I couldn't think straight. I was feeling real fucked up. And we ended up talking about it. Before we knew it, it was time to do the Sunday Sit Down. So we had to straighten up real quick because these guys convinced me we got to do the show anyways. So as we started the show, the things that we were talking about spilled over. into the show, and that was in the beginnings of Unwrapped and everything. So there wasn't hard. There was if 1-2 people watching, and then it just from when we started talking about going through shit and trials and tribulations, life and journeys and shit like that, people started chiming in.
I'll be honest, bro. There's a couple people within even my circle that we consistently weekly benefit from the check-in, like including myself, man. Like,
Right.
you know, it's I was telling somebody about that today. I stopped at this place and I was telling somebody's husband that I know about. You know, he said, "What about your podcast?" And I said, "Well, it's about men's mental health." But then I stopped and I said, "Well, it's about everybody's mental health because it affects all of us."
Facts.
And you know what? There's a lot of people, dog, that hold up. Like, dude is like a solid dude, man. Like, you see him and he looks fucking hardcore, right? Like, just rock solid dude. Like, you wouldn't even think. But at the moment that I talked about mental health to him, he opened up and was like, yeah, man, straight up. That's true. You know, we talked about a couple things. So, bro, everybody needs this. The superheroes need it.
Yeah.
The underdogs need it.
Yeah.
Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. And I think everybody in this house that's here now currently on the production team needs it. And that's what this show is going to be about. So we're going to do a check-in. And I would just like to go ahead and just start.
Wait, before we start, I want to say a couple of things. We have a few people in Rumble that we're watching. The people that are on Rumble that have not seen this show before. This is about mental health. We take this show very serious. That's the other part that we didn't really get a chance to indulge into. We take the show serious. We don't joke around about mental health.
We got hella shows where we fuck around and talk hella shit.
Those are different shows.
But this isn't the show.
This isn't the show for the shit talking. This isn't the show for the jokes, because we take this very seriously. And I say it all the time to you, especially. You're my guy. You're my boy. You're my best friend. That, you know, somebody, no matter what the topic is, somebody needs to hear what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's you that needs to hear it or I that needs to hear it, at some point, somehow, I feel like somebody needs to hear what we're talking about.
And we've had people message us and tell us, man, today's message was about me.
Yeah.
That's, man, bro, you ever heard the saying, if you only affect one, it's enough? Like, bro, we've affected the one a couple times. Like,
yeah. And shout out to everybody at Rumble. Once again, go ahead in the comments if you want to. I'll put the link in the show. This is a mental health show. This is not a show for joking around and everything. We take, like, again, those that are on Rumble right now watching, we take this very serious. We have other shows for joking around. This ain't the show for it. We try to help people. We don't try. We help people to find solutions. We even help ourselves at the same damn time, because that's why we're having the epitome of what the show is tonight.
I think you and me and the production crew have been some of the biggest beneficiaries of some of what we've learned. Because, bro, even in the conversations you and me have just when we're on the phone, like, I tell you, man, like, dude, it's because of the work that we've done on the show that I'm able to function a little bit better, move a little bit better, think a little bit better. That fucking, I mean, if we take it back to the beginning, the 3-second, what is it? The 5-second rule.
5-second rule, OT said, yeah.
Bro, I swear to God, I've done the 5-second rule multiple times in the last like 2 months. I've had to stop and say to myself, like, what am I doing? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and count and breathe in. Like, yeah, bro. This show has been mad beneficial. White Noises, White Noises in the building. What's up, homie? He said, you never know who is listening. That is truth. Continue rising, using the platform for good. Much love. Yeah, man. You know, this platform specifically is for the good and for us to solutions, bro. Solutions. Everyone likes to talk about things. I notice there's a lot of conversations, but always in the conversations is not this what the resolution is not discussed.
Right.
Well, what are we gonna do? What's the solution? What's the next step? And at least when we do it on this show, I think we end up with a lot of like resolutions. Like, you can go this way, go that way,
or even a helpful guide or a nice little nudge or push in the right direction for somebody if they need the help, or, you know, maybe even recognizing that they do need help.
We all need help, brother.
Yeah,
and
facts.
I want to go ahead, since this show is going to be one of the personal shows, man, and we all need to check in. I want to start off.
Well, first of all, before we
hold on, you keep cutting me off on this part. I want to start off with the OG man of the show, the OG, the creator of the show, of the Sunday Sit Down with the OGs, converted into the check-in, man. Okay. I want to start off with you. We said we were gonna check in, bro. So I mean, I guess this is that moment, man.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and check in, man. How has your week been? I mean, what is the month looking like? Was it a month that you've been, are you targeting a month? Because sometimes we look at things in like the last 2 days, or we look at things like, man, the last 6 months been rough. Like, what's it been looking like for you since the last time we checked in with you, bro?
Shit. The last time we actually checked in, which was months ago. We haven't done this in a while. And since we last checked in, I've made a lot of changes in how I deal with things, and I still struggle with a lot of shit. It's a daily fight. It's a daily struggle. It's a daily grind just to keep my mind right. You know what I mean? Because even you were at a point, not you being at a point, but you at a point where I had a fucking meltdown. You were right there, and you were there when I needed you. I didn't even know I needed you. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that I was gonna be there.
Yeah, facts.
That shit just happened. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was seriously, bro. Like when we're talking about being transparent on camera, I talk to a lot of people, dog, and they're just not ready to be on camera. And the fact that you're able to be on camera and be transparent with the things happening in your life, bro, and those moments, like, and not only those moments, but revisiting those moments in later conversations, like now.
It's difficult to even relive it. Because I'm over here almost in tears at it, because I was at a point to where I wanted to commit suicide, and that's some real shit.
And every time that
I felt like it. I don't know. Let me rephrase that. I felt like I wanted to commit suicide. I didn't. I mean, obviously I didn't, but I felt like it, and that feeling was so fucking overwhelming that like I was scared. I was literally scared as fuck. And I'm holding back tears right now because that's how real it was. And that's how it affected me.
And every time that you've brought it up, that we've talked about it on the show, kind of like sparingly, may I say, like, you know, very lightly, that we've talked about it, or sometimes a little bit deeper, depending what show we've been on. I take that into consideration, man, because I also I was part of that situation, and like my side of it is like its own side of it, you know, and on camera, like we had one of our friends of our show that ended up disclosing that, you know, I did call them and talk to them about how I was going to approach you and how I was going to greet you, like when I got to you type shit. And it's a friend of ours that's like a mental health, you know, we don't need to go into it, but shout out to D-Nick, man.
D-Nick, he's a counselor.
He's a counselor, and so I ended up calling him because I felt like he was the best person that I could talk to, like to deal with the situation. But I think that we all just grew from that moment and totally learned a lot, bro. And one of the main, I don't remember everything that I said to you, I'll be honest, but the one thing I remember that I said to you for sure was, we are not on this show every week putting in this type of work for us to be in this position walking down this sidewalk right now. Because that's what you and me were doing when I said that to you. We are not every week here working, grinding, working towards a mission to just on the sidelines when it comes to us, not fucking live that shit, man. And that's why it was so important, dog. And I'm glad that you, and I believe that it was the work that we did on the show that allowed you to be open and receptive to my help, to whatever I was going to offer you, dog. I'm not nothing. I'm not, disclaimer, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not fucking nothing. I just got in the car and drove to you because I knew that it was that moment. I don't know how I knew it, dog, but I felt it, and I knew that it was that moment, and I had to show up.
Hey, shout out to D-Nick. Speaking of, he said...
D-Nick hacked in back from Texas, Austin, Texas. Blessings to y'all. Blessings to you, D-Nick.
Blessings, D-Nick.
But you know what? I think the biggest lesson that could be learned from this entire story that we just told is to be transparent in your life, bro. Like, tell somebody what's going on. A lot of the situations that have happened in the past where people have not been able to deal with it, it might have been because they didn't have somebody to talk to, because they felt like if they came to their brothers would laugh at them or tell them, man, shit happens every day, B.
Man up.
We know the classic line from the movie, shit happens every day, B. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to have a safe space to come talk to. And if you don't have one, try to find one. And if you don't have one, you can get one here every Sunday. At 8:30 p.m. with the check-in. Real talk. That's the reason we do this every week. Heat, bro.
Yeah. I put the link. Hold on. I put the link. If anybody wants to come in and just check in, you don't have to show your face. You can just check in without being on camera. And if you got some issue that's bothering you, it's something you're going through right now, go ahead, man. We'll talk, and we'll keep it real with you. You know, we're not going to get on your case. We're not going to fucking berate you or make you feel bad or anything like that, because clearly we've both been, myself and this man, have been through some things, and we've even learned from this channel. We've learned from doing this show. We strive every day to be better people. And to get back to real quick, just to what you were saying, how my week, how my month, how my last 6 months, it's been work. It has been nothing but work every fucking day. Every day I go through shit. Every day I feel, for lack of better terms, I feel. Hold on. D-Nick says I can't read it because of the light.
D-Nick says we never truly know what we need to be until we have to be it. And man,
facts.
I swear to God, D, you took the words out of my mouth, because I was gonna say to you, Heat, right now, how you just said how every day's been difficult, and what I was gonna say to you was, every day you have to be a different kind of person, right? To deal with it. Like, you consistently are evolving to try to deal with these daily situations in your life,
right?
And
it's tough, bro.
How hard is it, bro?
Man, look, I'm going to tell you, I had a moment last night. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over here like, you know, we get comfortable sometimes in how we're thinking and how we're doing shit. You know what I mean? And I didn't realize how much I had actually japped out last night until after I went back upstairs and then kind of laid down for a minute. And I was like, fuck, man, I maybe I overdid it a little bit. Maybe I said too much, maybe. But then at the same time, there's another side of me was like, fuck that.
No, but full transparency, we talked about that same situation, and you know what, bro? It's hard. Like, it's a little bit difficult going against my brother in certain situations, because I hear what you're saying, and we don't have to go into the details about what it was we were talking about, but sometimes I have to take the different position, because it's like, you know what? I hear what you're saying, but it's not the end of the world.
No, I know, but the fact of the matter is, bro, that it did bother, you know, that it bothered me.
It was relevant, but the way that we react, the way that we accept this shit and the way that we exert this shit is two different things.
No, my point is, when I said that right now, is like, before I would never have looked back at it and reflected on it and said, you know what, I probably could have handled that differently. But even still now, like when we were talking about it earlier before we went on air, there's a part of me that still is like, fuck that.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, in my personal life, bro, in my own relationship, there's things that have happened in my relationship where if they would have happened before, I probably would have said, man, what the fuck?
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about? But now I might say it like, well, let's talk about that for a minute. Like, does that make sense for both of us? Like, is that something like we should do? Like, there's ways to say it, dog. Like, and I noticed that in my life. If you know me, bro, for people that know me, I am a high fucking energy. Like, I'm high tempered. Like, it's
high strung.
I'm not high strung. I'm not high, like I'm strung out, but like
no. High strung means
everything is on or off. It's zero.
Yeah.
It's 0 or 1 it's 0 or 1 for me. Like, everything's on and off. Like, it's either yes or no. Like, you know, like a lot of that's for me, but I realized that that's not how everybody is.
Right.
And you and me had a conversation one time about being older and having a relationship and treating your girl like she's a princess, right? And I wasn't saying like being a sucker.
Right.
That's not what I was saying, like be a sucker. But I said, you know, if she says her stomach hurts, oh, your tummy hurts, you know, like, oh, like it's kind of just about the way you talk your way through life. The biggest obstacles that have been conquered through conversation. You know what I'm saying? They've been conquered through conversation. So try to be cool with yourself, bro. Try to be cool with people. One of the reasons that people see D-Nick and when you see D-Nick at a show, I'm speaking for myself. When I see D-Nick at a show, I already know how D-Nick carries himself.
Shout out to D-Nick who just jumped in right now.
Who's here in the shot up there. But yeah, man, like D-Nick, when I see you, bro, I already know how you carry yourself. So when I approach you, I also approach you in that same energy because I know like what you're about, bro. Like, you know. My bad. Hold on, D-Nick.
Yeah,
hold on. We can't hear you yet. 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, turn his mic up.
Turn him up. Go ahead, D-Nick. Talk.
No, I was
all right, you're good. You're good.
And I appreciate. I was just getting thank yous and appreciate you. Appreciate the transparency that and the growth that you all have, and and even how you greet me and my brothers when you see us like fall in the spot, man. Much appreciation, man. It is tough heat. Like that's why I always say is a practice because you kind of got to be relentless. Not kind of, excuse me. You got to be relentless, and got to be adamant about it, on all
Put them in the
aspects.
middle.
And
Put them in the middle.
Chill.
usually when we do counseling check-ins and it's time to check in, I personally always do the plies check-in, the plies check-in. Excuse me, I said plies, pies check-in.
I said
And so
plies. You mean
it's
shouty?
always it pies check. So it's a lot, man. And when you gotta do, I gotta do those every day if we not on the road, and it's crazy. I'm gonna have a whole lot when I go back to the office.
Can you
too.
describe what a pies check-in is, brother? Hey, D-Nick, describe what a pies check-in is for those that don't know what you're talking about.
We're not echoing though, are we?
Physically, intellectually, spiritually, and emotionally.
Physically, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. That's a big check-in. How long is a check-in like that?
I'll be on a time crunch, especially with the guys, so they have to answer those. We're checking in. We have open check-ins. We do that, but when we check in, they can we can do I let them pick them. I try to empower them. I mean, some days it's I have different. I mean, we do academic check-ins because I'm a counselor with young men and they social emotional mental health and all of that stuff. But, sometimes it's open, sometimes it's, more likely than not, it's a pies check in. Sometimes it's academic because we got to zero in on this. And, so.
D-Nick, how many people are in that check-in? How many people are in that check-in with you?
Pick a day.
All right, so Monday morning, how many people are in that text message group that you guys are chopping it up with?
This is in person. We're sitting in a circle.
Okay, so you guys are physically meeting.
Yeah, we're together. Like they,
Man, that's what's up.
Class, and then I got them for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, but are we talking about your team or we're talking about where you work?
Just me. I'm the only. I almost said the name of the company. I'm the only counselor that's doing that with these boys, and I have different days. So Monday groups get the short end of the stick because I usually have to do like trainings and check-ins and all of that stuff for my own because they got to make sure that I'm cool. So the Monday guys unfortunately get the short end of the stick because they get less time a year with me. But Tuesday it's a different group. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Fridays we have
Are the check-ins as frequent with the Misfits with your team? How frequent are you guys checking in as a team?
Man, as a team, if everybody, I can only speak for me. With everybody that I know of calls me. If we going through something, people check with me and try to get clarity. And then we have group meetings and group sessions. Sometimes we're on the road, like we're talking. We all just got like back from Austin, and our whole and then our flight was delayed, so we're together for a lot of time. But then we're a music group, so it's and not just a music group, we're a performance group and music group. So we have to. It's a balancing act because there's time when you spend all this time together. You got to practice together. You got to record together. And all of this type of stuff. And then if you're on tour, man, you be living with these dudes for like 2 weeks at a time. like
Right.
and there's a lot of us in the group. And so a lot of that with us, I mean, we check in with each other and make sure everybody's good. But there's also a time of to be a group where we passed the 10-year mark. We're like 13. So there's a part of us that are like, okay, this is my brothers, we're brothers, and then we just peace out and we're not around each other. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Word,
Because
word.
it's like, man, you know, everybody try to treat us like the Fat Albert gang. They expect us to always be together.
How do you how do you think and this is just a question now for me I think it's extremely important that that we have somebody to check in with, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like it's important to have somebody or a group of people or whatever to go to, that you're able to go to, that you have that kind of trust with to talk to when if you're going through something or feel like you're going to go through something or going through something or whatever?
If we develop,
echo's not echoing, don't worry.
well, with the
It's only
fits,
in here.
if I'm talking
Okay.
about the misfits, then we have.
Now I'm talking about in
You
general,
know,
misfits
no, I'm
included, not
speaking to
included.
that.
Yeah.
I only speak to that because we trust the trust has been built
Right.
amongst us, and so like we have each other, and then individually we all have people outside of the group proper
Uh-huh.
that you know we check in with. For the kids that I counsel, all different of them, then it's like they have me, and even then before I have to establish trust with them.
Right.
I have to reveal stuff with me a little bit. You know, if it comes up, I
Right.
have to let them know that yo, this is a safe space. If you cuss, I'm not gonna write you up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't your teacher. I'm your counselor. I'm
Right.
not even your guidance counselor. I'm your
Right.
counselor.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I just didn't say it because I didn't want to say the name
Right.
of the company or whatever. But like, you know, so from at this point, especially in the school year, that trust is established, and they go through a lot, man. They you know they go through a lot, and then I have to. The company I work for, they require us to, you know, be in like you know trainings, and those always start with a check-in.
Right.
Like those trainings always start with a check-in to just see how our mental state is, and because energy transference is a real thing.
Right.
So
What did you say? Say that again one more time.
energy transference is a real thing. So
Right.
Yeah.
like Monday, like I have a training, I have a training, but that's gonna start with a check-in. They're gonna see how like years going with us, how we're being treated. Because I don't work for the schools, I work for the company. So you know, so that can get tumultuous, like sometimes, and you gotta always extend grace, and sometimes your grace tank can be running on empty.
Yeah.
I remember a kid was in crisis, and just using this example, I'm not gonna say his name, but the kid was in crisis, and the teacher was really annoyed that this kid was in crisis. She was just annoyed. And she referred to me. She was like, hey, and this was about to leave. And she was like, hey, babysitter, the boy needs you. And like, she referred me to a babysitter.
Wow.
And I have to resist being like, bitch, what you talking? I have to resist
Right.
that urge, you know, because this kid is in need.
Can I speak on that real quick? Like I think that's a really really super valid point. Resisting the urge, because when just from my own perspective, this journey that I'm on, because I'm trying. I'm not trying. I'm rewiring my own brain. I'm going to therapy. I'm doing all of these things, right? And resisting the urge to like it a lot of times it's like fuck, I can't help the fact that I'm falling back into some old habit or some old way of responding or some old way of doing something. And one of the epiphanies that I had over the last couple of days was like thinking about shit, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, I didn't even realize I was being controlling to a degree, you know, on certain things. I won't get too deep into that, but realizing that I was being controlling and that I was doing shit and using something else as a vehicle for my controlling. Mm-hmm. So basically, it kind of masked my controlling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And
no, totally. I have that issue personally myself. You know, like I'm what do they call it? What's the sucker ass shit that it, type A.
Type A
I'm
personality,
type
yeah.
A,
Yeah,
super
yeah.
controlling and stuff. And I have
Why'd you say what's that suck ass shit though?
Because
Like,
it's technical shit. He doesn't like technical shit. We've already established that like multiple times. Yeah.
Because
but we've established it, but people that are listening don't know
Right.
what we're talking about.
like people that are super controlling on every single aspect of thing, and it's important until it's not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a cool practice until it's not. You know, and that's why I always say, like, I always start, like, whenever there's a, you know, if anybody is familiar with the show, and if I'm like, you know, on, I'm always like, start with self, because it's a practice, and I start with self, and I'm holding, like, you gotta, there's some things we can't control,
Right.
and we gotta practice that we can't control. I can't control what that teacher says to me
Right.
about a suicidal kid that is in need, in
Need.
crisis.
Right.
But she's annoyed and sick of this suicidal boy that's in crisis, and then she refers to me as, hey, babysitter. Now,
Right.
if I flip out, then a whole series of things can happen.
Right.
That kid and a ton of other boys lose their counselor that they have built a rapport with for the entire year.
Right.
Well, let's finish up, man. Like, I think we started off with the check-in, bro, and we didn't really get to it. I really want to do your check-in, man. Let's get with that, and then we're gonna do Mateo. And
No, you're good. You're good.
you're good, brother. We're good. I just want to get back to that, and then we'll do Mateo's check-in, and then I'll check in, and then D-Nick will check in. So let's keep it moving like that. I want to get your full check-in, brother. So keep going, man.
Well, yeah, like I mean, shit.
Let it go, man.
No, relax, killer. This whole journey has been something that I find it sometimes very difficult to describe, because it's almost like in my brain, sometimes it's almost like it's not really happening. I don't know if that makes any sense, or imposter syndrome. Like, am I really doing this? Am I really serious about what I'm doing? Is this really truly who I am? Is this really truly who I say and feel and think that who I am? Is this who I want to be? Do I want to be this guy? You know what I'm saying? But the truth is one of the things that I've learned as I've been on this journey is that, yeah, this is my authentic self. I grew up with a propensity for violence. I grew up being put in situations that I didn't want to be in, that I didn't. There was a lot of learned behaviors. There was a lot of things, trauma, things that I'm recognizing now that I hadn't recognized before. There were things that I glorified that now that I'm looking, walking, and talking in a different direction that I glorified before, that I look at now and I go, holy shit. I can't believe that was my thought process. I can't believe that that's how I was maneuvering. That's how I spoke to people. That's how I did things. I can't fucking believe it. But am I the person that I am right now? Yeah, 100%. Do I speak my mind? 100%. I can work on my delivery. I know that much. That's a work in progress. But I am being my authentic self. And I have to not concern myself with some of those thoughts that creep back up into my head. You know what I mean? Because these things that I believe that at this point I'm becoming more aware of, and to not think too much in my own brain. If that, I'm just telling you how I feel. I don't know if I'm right or wrong or whatever, but this is just my thought process. To like make sure that I'm doing something that, or reacting to something that the authentic me would do. The authentic me that I say that I am, or that I feel that I am. Because I was telling someone the other day that when all of these things were happening to me as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, I wasn't really looking at how it was affecting me, or how it has affected me, like now. And truly, I was the guy, or the kid, or the teenager that all I really wanted to do was like just be and draw, paint, or be creative. Not all this violent shit, not all of these other things, because I'm at my happiest when I'm just being creative or just being by myself. I love quiet time. I have never I'm a really low maintenance motherfucker. I don't need a lot to be happy. And to understand that for myself, and to understand that these are that I don't need all of these other things and all of these external wants and needs and shit, and then also understanding my abandonment issues, and which is crazy within itself. Uh, yeah, it's just been a journey, and every day I'm finding new things that I need to work on. Look, like I said, I had that epiphany. That epiphany was like, man, I'm still over here like low key trying to control shit under the guise of. Now, goddamn, for that to hit me like that was like, oh fuck, because now I'm like, so you mean to tell me I was like, was I being fake?
But who did you have? But it took. It wasn't the first time that you heard it, right? It probably took a few times of you hearing that to actually.
No. Nobody told it to me. This was something me sitting back analyzing myself after having an argument with somebody. And the whole time I'm over here doing the calm thing, but low key, even with that, I was trying to control the tempo of everything, trying to control the conversation.
Yeah.
Which was wrong for me to do. Like, really, what I should have done was just like walk away once it got heated, or you know, just said my little piece, left it at that, and you know what I'm saying, and not indulge. But by indulging in it, I was still trying to control.
Boy, it sounds to me, bro, like you had some growth this week, bro. Like, cause you had,
but I'm saying though,
you had those moments.
It took again. This is part of the journey,
part of
and
the
the growth. Is that me having to recognizing the shit sounds easy. It sounds easy as fuck, but it's not.
Living it is another thing.
No, I'm saying recognizing that it's like, for instance, when I say it was an epiphany because I didn't know that I was doing it.
What did it take for you to realize that? What was the breaking moment in the epiphany?
I don't know that there was like a real breaking moment. It just
what was the moment?
It just I'm telling you, if you would let me finish, it just dawned on me. It was just like, oh fuck. I was controlling that shit. Then that made me look back at other situations. Oh fuck, I didn't need to do that. Because when I did that, I was just trying to check and see something. I was looking for something. Yeah, exactly. So all that did was really make me look back at other things, how I was maneuvering. Because on one end of the spectrum, I'm doing good. You know, for me, I ain't talking about anybody else. For me, I'm doing good in comparison to where I was. Now, that doesn't mean I, like, in my mind that I'm good like that. Because when I sat back and I had that moment, I was like, wait a minute. What the fuck? It was like literally like that. I can't pinpoint like what the thought process was that made me. It was just after I had walked away from that argument, I was so fucking frustrated that like I couldn't, like my thoughts were all over the place again. And I was like, all right, first of all, in my mind, I was like, all right, let me calm the fuck down. And in that, maybe so, like maybe in that moment of me like saying, let me just calm the fuck down. Cause I was literally like, I was shaking and I was like, fuck in my mind. And
what moment? What are you talking about though? You were feeling like this in a moment that you had with somebody that you know, like
yeah, but that's beside the point. What I'm trying to get to.
No, it's not besides the point.
Dude, chill for a second, please.
I'm not chilling.
Let me finish my train of thought.
Okay, finish your thought, but
Thank
we're gonna
you.
talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk about it. But you got to. If you ask me a question and I'm getting to the answer to that question, you asked me specifically what was the moment. I'm giving you the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, and in that moment, I was frustrated. I was angry. I was upset. And in that moment, I said, "Wait a minute. Let me just calm the fuck down. Let me just calm the fuck down. I just kept telling myself, calm the fuck down, calm the fuck down, calm the fuck. Yeah, I do talk to myself like that sometimes. Calm the fuck down, calm the fuck down, calm. And as I calmed down, I was like, oh shit. What the fuck? What the fuck did I do? How did I get to this point of being this angry? So it made me look at why I got angry, why I was frustrated. And then it dawns on me, oh, I'm frustrated because the things didn't happen the way I wanted them to. Oh, I'm frustrated because, I was trying to control the tempo, the behavior, the this and the that of whatever was happening. That was the epiphany. And then when that happened, I started to look back at other things, other situations, other times of even conversations with you, conversations with friends, where it may have gotten slightly heated, or it was a debate, or a friendly fucking conversation that got a little out of hand, whatever the fuck case may be. But it made me really look back and think and go, oh shit, I need to make another correction. And the point is like every day is a journey, and I have to be aware of every step that I make in this journey for self. Because I've said it before to you and to other people, like I do this shit for me. I give a fuck about everybody else, but I can't give a fuck about everybody else until I really start giving a fuck about me. And maybe that's a little harsh, but that's in my words, that's what I feel.
Are
Yeah.
you in? Sorry, I'm sorry, but I was in counselor mode. I'm sorry.
No. What do you mean? Am I in what? Go ahead. No,
Are
talk to
you
me.
in? Yeah. What, Shadow? Hold on. Shadow Master said, "I had some growth. I had some growth too. My plants
Come on,
sprouted
Shadow. No
buds.
jokes.
My plants
No,
sprouted buds.
I'm not. No.
No. Real talk. Put it back. No, it's
No.
not. He's not laughing, dog. He
He
put some
is.
jokes at the end, but there's a real message there. Put it back.
What's the message? I'm not
Put
putting
it
it back.
back.
No. What's
He
the message?
said his plants sprouted buds recently, and Shadow's been doing a lot of work, bro. If for those that been following Shadow, he been doing hella work and hella mental shit and hella recuperation. So yeah, no, like those buds that he's talking about definitely did sprout.
Okay, well maybe. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you're
That's
reading
cool.
that a little bit different, man.
Okay, that's fine. But
You can't be in that mode.
I know that's fine. I just said it's fine. It's cool. But Shadow, no jokes.
Shadow, yeah, he said every day is a training day when trying to improve self. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, and every day is gonna be different for every single person. It's not like you're gonna listen to what we saying and be like, all right, cool. If I take these 1, 2, 3 steps, this is what it is. It's not gonna be like that.
Okay, D-Nick, tell me what you were alluding to on my end.
No, so when I have to like, and for people that don't know, I have to do this with, well, not have to, but I'm encouraged to do this with the young men that I counsel. And to answer your question, I never answered your question earlier, Gizzo. Mondays I have 7. Tuesdays I have 14. Wednesdays and Thursdays, it's 10 and 10 of the young men that I counsel. We check in, they say their name, it's like such and such kept checking in. And then if it supplies check in, then they go through physically and da 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 da. And then intellectually, I feel like this, spiritually, they go through what that means to them. We are not Anybody in the group is not allowed or not permitted to chime in. They can lift their hand and ask a question if they can chime in and ask a question, but they're encouraged to wait to the end till they say, and with that, I'm in. And then we all know that this is over. Only one that kind of has autonomy to like jump in is like me as the counselor. And I don't, unless it's like we're on a time crunch. Gizzo asked that question earlier too, like how much do you get with them? It depends. I got an hour solid,
D-Nick,
and it got an hour solid. So that's what I said. When I was
you
like,
heard,
are you in? Like I'm trained to know that that's the signal that you're done.
let me let me ask you
Yeah.
something about that. You deal with about, after you gave the numbers about the different days, you deal with about 40 to 42 kids per week.
Yeah, I'm at a small school. I'm supposed to have 55, but it's such a small
So you're
school.
dealing with
I
about
got
40 kids. Do you have a top 5?
What do you mean?
That's a hip hop question for the other show, but I'm talking about as far as like people that you need to pay special attention to. Do you have a top 5 of kids? Does it work that way in therapy where do you have like this like top group of kids that you need to message during the week to make sure they're cool? Like, is there a group of that's like a top 5 for you?
They usually single themselves out if they're that I have a lot of kids that lost their mamas. Like a lot of kids who lost their mothers.
That's
And so,
heavy. That's heavy shit.
yeah, so like they can it's like it's a heavy thing. So they will come and all that. And And if there's a kid there's one.
We
I
need
guess
to
it
get
was
his previous
one. There's a
message on.
kid that he's
I did.
he's a
I'll
cutter.
read it.
You know what I'm saying? And he's stronger than everybody, but he's a user. You know what I'm saying? So, but he has a connection with me, and so like he's someone that that's why I was like, I was venting, about that teacher that called me a babysitter because they know that particular kid who's stronger than everybody and who's a cutter, like he only listens to me and checks in with me about stuff, and because of his situation, like is that. So I never. That's interesting because I never ranked them, but there are kids that are in a different level of crisis, and they've
Yeah, for sure.
identified me, and so I gotta,
We, and we and we got and we
they kind of
and we gotta
come
talk about it, and we definitely gotta talk about it. That's why I said, is there a top five? I want to go back to the comments. We missed a comment
We didn't
ago.
miss it. I posted it.
Okay, can we go one more time to the first Shadows
so you
first?
can prove your point.
His first comment was mad important. Like I don't
No,
want to.
he said I
Put
had
it
some
back.
time. No, I had some time. I had some growth too. My plant sprouted buds. Then he said, "Every day is a training day.
But
Every
he
day
said
is
one
training."
after that about it not being a joke.
Right. I'm getting to it, bro. He said every day is training day, and when trying to improve self. Okay, I did post it up, and I did give him a thumbs up, and I did respond to him as well. And then this is the last part. He
Read the
said,
one about it not being
"Hold
a
on,
joke.
dude. I'm getting there. Being way impatient
There was
tonight."
one before that. Yeah.
No, I just read it. Also, finding humor in certain issues can save you from overreacting. Very
Yeah. So
true.
I think the
You see
fact.
that?
Yeah.
Now, did you see that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Shadow Master fam, shout out to you, family. I think the fact that we do kind of have like D-Nick, would you agree that there has to be some kind of a level of, I don't know, man, maybe comedy is a bad word for it, but some kind of level of us being able to kind of yank it around pause, like about what we're having, like, hey man, like I know you're good, like I don't know, like is there, can we make a comfort zone for it where we can just be like, all right, man, we all fucked up. Like, let's get right.
that. Wait. I want to make sure I don't misinterpret what you just said. Are you asking is humor okay when in healing?
Yeah,
Or
can I humor with heat about some of the things that are going on in his life? Is it okay to humor some of those things? Is there a limit? Do I not humor certain things? Like, because it's a serious question. Like we do that in ourselves within the homies. We don't know how to act. Sometimes certain homies don't know what to say to other homies, and Heat might say some shit to me, and I might say some shit to Heat that just might be fucking tasteless. Or, but I think it's necessary. Like, what do you think about that, bro? Where talk about that whole spectrum? Fuck it, the whole thing. Like, where are we at in
It
that?
clearly is bothering you that what about the Shadow Master thing?
No.
That's what you're alluding to.
Shadow
yeah.
didn't say shit. Shadow.
No.
We said this show is about hearing things that you don't want to hear.
Oh no,
Didn't we start this show off with that?
Listen, before you start all
This
that
show is
shit.
about hearing things that you
Right.
don't want to hear, and you
Okay,
might.
I don't want to. When I read that, right off rip.
I had some growth too. My plant sprouted buds finally. Yeah, he's
Okay.
he's serious about that.
With the laughing faces and shit.
Yes, he's serious.
Okay.
He's
Well, at the moment, at that particular moment, I didn't find
he's been through so much that he
I'm not
needs to
talking
laugh
about what he's
it.
been through, bro. Get that point. And I already saluted him and everything else while he's in the comments and posted the comments. I see what you like. That shit right there. That's cool, but whatever, man. Move past it already.
To answer the question, like especially when you're talking about, not to take it here, but I gotta take it here. Like cultural differences, like whoever is in need, issue, or crisis, they set the boundaries. So if they're not in the boundary of where like, yo, don't, because I have to get on the boys about this all the time. Like, hey, this person is not, especially because like all the boys that I constantly, we all black, like black. So signifying is a part of our culture, like signifying, swallowing, spit, and talking shit and laughing at our trauma. and all that stuff. So that's like a cultural thing with us, but not everybody's cool with that.
But
Right.
D-Nick, do you
And
make
all that
jokes?
type
Do
of
you
stuff.
make
So
jokes that wouldn't be accepted? Sorry.
it's on the person to
You hear what he's saying?
set the boundaries, and we all have to respect that boundary.
But D-Nick, would you make a joke?
So
Would you make a joke of something that isn't respected by one of your homies?
the homies,
He just said culturally different.
Yeah.
If you're
Culturally
listening,
different.
and,
So
and what he
that's
said,
what I'm saying. He's gonna say
sanctifying
some
and-
things that are
and-
culturally different.
taking spit and talking shit.
like my homies, like with my homies, yeah. But I also, I'm aware of if it touches a nerve, I'm very apologetic of that. Especially if we talking about like my non-black homies, you know what I'm saying, or maybe not like non-pure black homies, because I never know what is the cultural internal norms of all that. I just know like, and even with black people, they're not really always good with that. They're not good. Like some people reject like our Black American culture because like man, everybody always signifying and swallowing spit and talking shit and da 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 da. And some people are against that. And so when it comes to counseling and healing, I have to shut that off and make sure that like that's part of the job.
But
for
you
me
have
and
some
let
mixed
them
you have
have
some
their
mixed
space.
cultures within your group as well. Like right, you have white,
Yeah.
you have white, black. You have
No,
it's
he's a white Latino. He's Mexican and Ecuadorian. Jed is not white.
okay. Bet no, I was just asking. So I was that's what I was saying. You touch all aspects of like the culture like within your group.
Yes.
What's your point?
That I see that the point is that I see no disconnection, man. Like I feel like when we're
I
talking
didn't
about
say it was a disconnection.
no,
I'm
we're
just saying
not.
at
We're
that
not. That's what I'm
particular-
saying. There's
but
no disconnection in race because it doesn't matter. Because at the
That's
end
not
of the
what
day,
he's saying. That's really
Yeah,
like
I didn't mention. I was just talking about
cultural
like,
differences. Yeah.
I'm not Latino, so I can't speak for Latino culture. If they will have the equivalent to signifying, I would never speak on that tribe like that. The ones that are in my group, if we're talking like not me as a counselor, but just us as a group, yeah, they're around black people and be around black people, so they know like, okay, they swallow spit and talk shit, and they got those type of norms too.
what does swallow, spit, and talk shit
It
mean?
means cracking jokes inappropriately. Or
No, I'm
fucking go
I'm
back and
asking
back
for
and
the
forth. I'm
people
just
that don't
telling you.
know. What does swallow,
saying it
spit,
right
and
now, bro.
talk shit mean?
That's what I'm telling you right now.
Just cracking jokes
Yeah.
and clowning.
I just told you. Yeah. But I mean, like for instance, he also said that even for the person that's saying it, you should respect the boundaries of the person. So at that particular moment, when I click on that and I see that, I'm like, man, come on now, what the fuck? Maybe you knew better than I did what he meant by the bud sprouting and doing whatever, but at that particular moment, I was like, man, what the fuck? I ain't talking about none of that shit. Because at the moment if I'm speaking on that, man, this shit is dead serious to me because this is my life we're talking about. If I'm being transparent on here and I'm talking about shit, bro, this is my life, and I'm taking my life very serious. Because I have to deal with these things. I deal with these things personally, internally. And if I give them and I'm being transparent and open to them, I need that respect and I need those boundaries.
But
I do personally. I'm not talking about you, bro.
But you can have the boundaries, but you need to be open to the answers
I
as
don't
well.
I don't need to be open to shit if I don't
No,
want
yes,
to.
you do. D-Nick, what do you think about that? Does he need to be open to the answers as well?
Told me she was like she had schooled me on this, and then I deal with this all the time as a counselor, because people take the boys out of context, and I always have to enlighten them. Like, look, man, you can't. Like, I get it, but you can't you can't talk like that to everybody. Not everybody is not of you, and some people are like assimilate to that, and it's different. Like I said, and she told me,
Exactly.
I don't know if how true this is. Y'all can tell me better. She was like, yo, that's y'all culture. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That Richard Pryor was the person who rapped about getting raped and sexually molested. That's y'all that make fun of y'all trauma. We don't do that. I was like, man, respect.
True, 100%. It's us that make that. What do we get a solution out of this, man?
There's no solution because that solution belongs
There's
to
no
me.
solution.
You know what? If
That's
you
your
would,
answer?
if you no, bro, if you're gonna ask me a question, you have to allow me to answer.
I'm letting you answer.
Okay, not by interrupting me. You're not. Look, for what we're talking about specifically, and when I'm speaking on me, and when I say I don't give a fuck and I don't have to accept anybody's answers or anybody's thing to anything, is because I'm speaking about me. I'm not speaking about you. What you accept and what you don't accept, or what D-Nick accepts and what. No, listen to me, because we're talking about me personally. This is my personal opinion. This is my thought process, not yours. So if my thought process says, yo, I don't find this shit funny. Now, before I even say anything more, Shadow Master, I ain't mad at you or nothing like that, bro. It was just, I may have read it wrong. I may have done whatever. But in that particular moment, as I'm talking about something about me and my struggle and what I'm going through, it's not funny to me as I speak on it. Because little do you know, emotionally, as I'm speaking on it, I'm holding back tears and I'm still holding back frustration, clearly. So joking at that particular moment, if I took it that way, that's me. That's my interpretation of it, not yours. And you can't push your agenda on me, especially if I'm feeling a certain way. Now it's up to me how I take that information that you're saying. And if I read what he's saying, then I read back what he's saying and I go back to it. It's up to me to make the adjustments and up to me to fucking figure out what's acceptable to me. You know? I mean, anybody can correct me if I'm wrong or if you feel I'm wrong, but I'm just saying, for me, I can't speak for you, Jizzle. For you, you took it the way you took it. But for me, in that moment, bro, I'm still like holding back tears and holding back shit because my journey every day is a fucking struggle. And I'm not saying that my struggle is any bigger or better.
You're holding back the glory moments, though.
No, but I'm not holding back, bro.
You can tell that in your conversation that you are also holding back the glory moments. Cool. You need to have those moments. You need to have those I'm the shit moments. We are the shit now. Like now we're on camera. We're in your studio. We're in your fucking spot. Where we do our shows. You are in your glory moment. Yes, you're doing great. You're doing positive. You're not fucking drinking. We're on camera. I'm buzzed. You're not. Like, we're doing great, dude. We're fucking doing great. We are on show. We got D-Nick. We got D-Nick in the fucking building, tapped in with us.
I'm not saying we're not.
Dude, we are doing fucking great.
We're
doing a lot better than a lot of. We're doing a lot.
You asked me about me checking in.
Yes, he's checking in, but we are doing a lot. That's just to show you about your check-in. We are doing a lot better than a lot of motherfuckers are doing.
Well, I'm not comparing
and we
myself
take
to
that
anybody
into consideration.
like I'm just saying. No, I'm not taking. Bro, I'm not comparing myself to
nothing
anybody.
Is the end of the world. That's what I'm trying. I guess
okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. Nothing is the end of the world. Nothing. I don't give a fuck what it is. It's not the end of the world, dog.
Did I? What?
No, I'm not going against you. Don't think that I'm talking against you. I'm talking for the people that are listening. Nothing that is happening to you is the end of the world. All this shit could be fixed. Everything has a resolution. Most of it all has a resolution. You've never been in a moment that you said, Jesus Christ, and you're still in that moment 2 years later. Oh my God, I'm still fucking sinking. No, you're not. Everybody gets up from the moments that they're in, and that's what this is about.
No,
we're getting up from these moments, bro.
I agree. And part of that is, especially if you ask me, because tonight is a check-in, and you ask me.
We haven't checked in with Mateo yet.
Wait a second. Where you keep cutting me.
I'm not cutting you. We've been on this for about an hour.
No, it doesn't matter. We can be on this for 9 hours if that's what it takes. It doesn't matter. But if you ask me and we're checking in and you're not allowing me to completely check in, then you keep cutting and then there's this and then there's that. Yeah, man, it's frustrating as fuck. But anyways,
I'm not trying to cut you.
You did it right there. Anyways, to the point of everything, man. Look, from me checking in tonight is just knowing and understanding my journey that I'm on right now, what I'm doing right now, and how it affects the people around me. I respect and have nothing but love for you. I respect and have nothing but love for Mateo. I have respect and nothing but love for D-Nick. You know what I'm saying? I have respect and nothing but love for everybody. Shout out to Shy City Sheba is in the building. I have nothing but love and respect. But when I am talking about me, I'm only talking about me. I ain't talking about anybody else, period. Yeah. Mateo, you want to? Yes, up.
In therapy, they always like, oh, sometimes I reject this wholeheartedly. You know, they say feelings are facts. Feelings are not facts.
Right.
But they are valid.
Valid.
And they are how you feel, and they are an emotional state. So it's all good. I don't want to speak for Shadow, but that's my twin. I know
Right.
he meant nothing.
No, I know he didn't mean anything by it.
I know you understand that.
Yeah, no, I understood it, but
You was
like,
just in the mood.
yeah, I completely get it. But in that particular moment, I was like, what the fuck? And then his guy's yelling like, play it, show it, show it, play it, show it, show it. You know, I have the utmost
You only
respect.
feel like that because you're feeling attacked for no reason. I'm
I
not
don't feel
attacking
it.
you, dog. I'm
Jesus
not attacking
Christ,
you
what
at
is-
all.
Maybe you
Like,
didn't hear everything
no,
that
I need to
just
say
said.
that. I'm not attacking you at all. Like, you're making it seem like I'm
making
attacking
anything.
you.
I'm really saying how I felt. And at that moment, I'm not saying you. I never once implied that you were attacking me.
This
Never.
is the show where you're gonna hear things you don't want to hear. You know
Okay.
that. We said that in the beginning of the show.
And I also don't
So
have
if you
to
hear
accept it.
if you hear something that you don't want,
Damn.
if you hear something that you don't want to hear,
Oh Lord.
you get what I'm saying though,
I
right?
do.
Like,
What part of me saying this shit from
Okay.
the very fucking beginning that I do? I get it. I understand it. I even told Shadow in the comments, I hear you, family. And gave him a thumbs up when I was reading the shit. Like, I get it, bro. I'm only talking about me. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Swipe God, the engineer, man. Thanks for tuning in. But I don't feel like you're attacking me. I don't feel like anybody has attacked me. I don't feel like Shadow attacked me. I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and I don't feel that way.
That said, he wasn't attacking you. He got nothing but love for you.
No, I know. What? Wait a minute. I just said I don't.
That said, hold on. That said,
Right.
in accountability,
Right.
we are accountable for our actions and words, whether intentionally or unintentionally.
Right.
Yep.
And that's for you, Gizzo. We're entitled to our actions and words, whether intentionally
Or non-intentionally. Yeah.
That's part of accountability. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And that's not always an easy pill to swallow for anybody. But
Right.
Mateo.
Yeah. Oh.
yeah, man, that's what
Yeah.
this show is about. Thank you so much, bro, for we got definitely deep into like the check-in with you, man. But also the point of today was for us to go around the table and check
Yeah,
in
he
with.
just told Mateo to go.
Yeah, brother, you need to chill out, man. Like that's what I'm saying. You're too hyped up about it. Like
Oh
you
my
need to
God.
relax. You need to relax a little bit, man.
All right.
I'm just talking.
I'm
If you want me to
relaxed.
talk faster, I can do a radio version of this. But yeah, Mateo, that's what this show was about, for us to check in with the crew of the in the family. So go ahead, brother, and check
Yeah,
in.
it's crazy.
Yeah, how y'all doing tonight?
What's your problem?
It's a
dog?
I don't have
pleasure,
a
man. It's
I
a
really don't.
pleasure being
You're
here.
acting like you're
You
acting
know
like-
what up, D
you're
Nick?
acting fucking
Man, I hope
weird,
you're
like,
doing smooth.
You
It's
are.
another beautiful Sunday. You know,
I'm not.
productive Sunday for sure. Man, yeah, it's been a journey as well, man. I take it day by day. You know, growth every day. In a better place than I was a year ago, or a better place than I was yesterday. You know, at least I try to do that, make every day worth it, make every day just a little better than the last was. Um, Doing more than just trying or talking, you know what I mean? That's, I, I've been, there ain't too much like crazy shit for me to check in like that. Fortunately at the moment, like, yeah, there's the regular, stresses or whatever of life, like whether it be financial or be like at home, bickering and arguments and shit like that. But like, honestly, when I look at everything at the overall picture of where shit's gonna be and where I'm working at with shit, like, I'm good, fellas. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what's up.
progressing. I'm becoming the great thing that I want to be and where I'm trying to get everything to be at,
That's what's up.
Trying to, whatever I can control and change, do that, stick with that. And then what I can, not stress too much about it, been hitting the gym for, 5 times a week, been consistent, so that does a lot. That does a lot
Five
for
times a week. That's consistent.
Yeah.
yeah,
dog.
Shout out to you,
Five
Mateo.
times a
getting my
week.
sexy back,
Get it.
So, yeah.
Wait,
it's-
are you applying for like a modeling agency or
Nah,
like
man.
what are you
I'm just doing
dog?
it for me. Make sure that I get right health wise and spiritually and mentally, you know, as well, for sure.
Shout
All
out to
right, so
Nash.
shout out to Nasha Griffin.
Nice on the pies.
Shout out to Nasha Griffin. She said he be listening to respond and not to understand.
Yeah.
Hey man,
I can respect that.
I'll leave it at that.
I respect it, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with it. I respect it. Doesn't mean I have to
You're
agree
still
with it.
doing what she's. You're still doing what's in
No,
the
I'm
comment.
not. I just said I
You're
respect
still
it.
doing what's in the comment.
Dude, I respect it. It doesn't mean I have to agree with it. That's a fact. Whether you like it or not.
We're gonna talk about that on the next Sunday
You're
show.
crazy,
The
bro.
next Sunday show is
This
gonna
guy's
be
something else.
no. Next Sunday show is
It's
gonna
all
be
about-
specifically
all
about
for heat.
this.
All
All
right.
for heat.
You say so.
Next
I mean,
Sun-
yeah, fellas. I mean, like,
Mateo, don't you think next week's show needs to be about this?
yeah, we should do a specially designed show for everybody that's on the show. You know, so
Okay.
Yeah.
everybody gets their own little check-in show. You know, checking the whole session or something.
Hey, D Nick, go ahead, brother. Check in with us, man. I mean, after you, it's me. Go ahead and check in with us, bro. That's
Pies are open.
I don't know what pies means.
He explained it.
Physically, intellectually, spiritually, and emotionally.
I would love to know how you're doing in all of those areas. To be honest with you, so like if you could check in like that, it would be great.
And open it just open. Okay. Just for time thing. Okay. Physically, I'm probably not at the best. I'm recuperating. I'm just getting back from Austin, Texas with the fellas, and I got multiple sclerosis, so like right now the flare up that I've been having for like a couple weeks is not. I have no feeling in my core, like from just underneath my pecs all the way to like ribs and all that. It doesn't. There's not really much feeling. It feels kind of like you know how your arm falls asleep. That's how
Yeah.
this all feels. It's like my stomach has fell asleep. If that
Oh
makes
my
sense. And it's been
God,
like that
man.
for like some months now.
I'm sorry, brother.
And and if you ever seen a microphone misfits, it is really hard to rap when you can't feel your ribs. It's really tough. Like really tough. And I'm a power rapper too, so it's and that's a lot. So
Are you able to
intellectually,
power through that? Are you able to power through that in a song?
yeah, I mean, I got no choice, or forfeit the show and the money. You know what I'm saying? And that's not just my money, that's other people's money too. Like, so, um, intellectually, you think about that type of stuff and you're like, man, what is my future in hip hop and more specifically nerdcore? What does that mean? It's not just me. But it's my family and not just Misfits, but my family, and it's like, oh man, if I don't do this, I don't eat and all of that type of stuff. And so you overthink it, but I was cool, because it got a lot of positive energy from the people out in Austin, Texas, and we got a decent fan base in that niche lane that we occupy, so that was cool. Spiritually, like I feel solid. Like my Ross principles really help me, and keep me grounded. And emotionally, I feel connected because I'm trying not. I'm always paranoid about when we're out on the road. Like how much am I neglecting my family and the work? Because I've been gone for basically like a week, prepping for the road, and then I'm back, and then I gotta go into counseling sessions, and I gotta prepare myself for everything that goes on. But I emotionally feel strong just because I'm able to give guys what they deserve. We were done right and fairly and all that stuff, and it's always you're on pins and needles, and then you're like, oh, it's relaxed. Now I get back to, all of that and, kind of recharge myself to hear some of the horror stories that you might have to hear from these sessions from these young men that are really struggling to like get through. So that can be emotionally taxing, and that was one cool thing about like having this other financial outlet, that it's almost like a break from that, so it's a break from that. So I really needed that to recoup and rejuvenate, and not just me, but my guys as well. And with that, D-Nick is in.
Right on, bro. Right on. Naj Griffin said, she said, I feel you. MS is an asshole. Um, she said she just had a flare up and it was in both of her entire legs. Just no feeling, but weird sensation. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, man, and her legs too. Like that's how I am. My balance is all off.
Right.
Like with that, like I've been, and and I understand heat, man. I don't drink, so I do understand how those little things can trigger you. Like I'm at the B series, which is a dance event, and I'm walking left to right, just all I like not walking in a straight line, and the security pressed me. It's like, excuse me, are you intoxicated? No, motherfucker, I got a disability. But if I say that, I'm an
Right.
asshole and I can't say that.
Right.
I just
You
have
can
to
say that. You
warn
can
them.
say that, bro. At most doors, if you told me you had disability, you getting in. Like, I mean, as far as if you having an issue and you need to get in, I'm letting you in. So, I don't know if they didn't let you in, dog. After telling them
No, let
that,
me
there's some
in.
assholes.
As I'm walking around, it's a hip hop event. I'm walking around and they, but I'm wibbly wobbly. I'm left to right, and and because I look, normal, people just assume like, oh, that motherfucker's drunk and he's just staggering. No, I'm sure I don't have a cane. I don't use a cane. I don't use one of those walking chairs where you can with the seat in it. I don't use none of that stuff. So it's a flare up issue, like what she was just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Your legs aren't always stable, or your balance, your equilibrium be off, and you gotta practice that and train that and all of this type of stuff. And like it's all kinds of weird tingly sensations that happen in your body.
Right.
And so when motherfuckers tell you that you're drunk, and then they just like, oh, D-Nick is a microphone mystery, he's a B-boy. Why is he walking like that? And it's like, oh, cause motherfucker, you forgot that I got multiple
Right. You got
sclerosis.
MS.
And it's
Right.
okay. It's okay. It's not their fault. I don't need your sympathy. But it can be triggering when people ask you, "Are you drunk? Why are
Right.
you walking like that?" And they give you the, "Oh, it's like a drunk face," the judgment face, and then you gotta practice giving them grace. Like, no, I'm not drunk. You're just ignorant and don't know the multitude of disabilities of people. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I have to give grace to your ignorance, and that's sometimes hard.
Word. I feel that. Shout out to Vince Kidd out in Vegas watching, man. Um, I like tonight's show's dope. I feel like we're gonna get to Jizzo's check in real quick, but I just want to say tonight's show is dope. I appreciate everybody in here, man. I think we all are like works in progress. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we say, and even in the beginning of the show, is to make sure that motherfuckers keep the feelings out of it. I didn't have my feelings in it, although it may have seemed like I had my feelings in it, but my feelings weren't in it. I choose my boundaries, I choose my shit, and I choose to deal with it how I choose to do it. And no one can tell me different on that. And if I'm specifically talking about what I'm doing and how I feel about what I'm doing, I know, for me, I know that where the direction that I'm headed into. And that direction that I'm headed into is for the betterment for me first. That way I can be better with other people. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about that. What about your check-in, Jizzo?
How you doing today, man?
Yeah, how you doing
How's
over
your
there?
whole check-in?
Shit, man, I'm good, man. I just hope that everybody checks in and is able to. Sometimes a lot of the biggest the part of the problem is to be able to open your eyes and realize that there is a problem. And for a lot of people, it's easy to just kind of push back on that and be like, no, there is no problem. And their first reaction is to say, no, there is no problem. There's nothing going on. But we need to be able to open up our eyes and see that sometimes we need help, and there is shit that our homies could say to us that can help us. Yeah, we may have our own thoughts or our own ideas of how things are supposed to go, but sometimes that shit is wrong, man. And you got to be able to see other people's opinions on it and keep an open mind. That's what I do with my shit, man. Whatever it is that's going on with me, I'll listen to other people's opinion, and I'll listen to this opinion and that opinion, and I'll kind of take all those opinions and make my own opinion out of it. And that's what I've been doing with everything since I've been doing this. So, um, I think sometimes it's cool, man, to just like listen to what's going on, listen to other people's feelings on things. A lot of the time, the way we feel about shit is like 50% over exaggerated about how it's supposed to be. So, you know, look at shit, think about shit, think the words to yourself that you're about to say before you say them to somebody else, because like we said, negative energy attracts everybody. If you walk into a store, I told my homie earlier, if you walk into a store and the fucking cashier's like, "Yes, how can I help you? What do you want?" Yeah, your energy might be negative. You could easily, very easily go into the like, "Well, fuck you," and shit, negative shit. Or you could just be like, "Hey, how you are? How are you? Good afternoon. I'm here to buy this. Bam, scan me my shit. Give me my shit. See you later." Like, there's different ways that we can handle it. And I think a lot of the time it's just real easy to handle it negatively. Let's just handle things positively, man, because you know what? We're not going to accomplish shit any other way. We could fight about whatever it is that we want. It's not going to work. Let's talk about things. We say that we want to talk as adults, right? All the time. Well, let's talk as adults. Let's really discuss things that are going on in our relationships, in our parentships, in our sisterships, in our brotherships. Let's talk about all that shit 100% in the flesh. Like, let's talk about it. So all I say is communication. My last thought before I end is communication. Have communication, tons of communication, endless communication. It's all about communication. So peace to y'all.
Okay, but yeah, that's great. That wasn't you checking in though.
Checking in. I could check in about my life, man. I just moved back from Chicago, from Milwaukee to Chicago. So I lived in Milwaukee for 8 months. Milwaukee is a beautiful city, man. It has beautiful bars. It's a beautiful place altogether. Mental health wise, I would rate it like pretty low, because there's really nothing, a whole bunch of nothing going on. And unless you are connected intricately with the hip hop community there, you will not know about shows or shit that is going on like I didn't know. So at towards the end, towards the beginning. So yeah, man, there's a lot of things to do over there. I'm back in Chicago. I'm fucking ready to take over Chicago as much as I can with everything that I could do. I'm ready to do videos. I got videos that are booked coming up, really nice art, beautiful artistic pieces that we're gonna film. I've got a couple people want photography. I'm just doing a whole bunch, man, in media wise. Like, so I feel grateful that now that I'm back in the city, that everybody's hitting me up to do the media stuff and everything that we normally do. And just all together, man, I'm grateful for the artistic community. I've been to so many places all over the United States and have seen so many different artistic communities and camps. And I think it's a beautiful fucking thing. And if every one of us keeps on doing this shit the way we've been doing it, one by one, two by two, whatever it is, you got 3 people in your camp, 5 people in your camp, just keep doing that shit and do what you do, man. Shout out to Shy City.
How are you doing emotionally?
Emotionally, man, I'm doing good, man. I think that I
He like that pies. I'm sorry. I mean, like he like that pies check-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to the pies. Emotionally, I think I'm doing good, man. I look back to how I was doing last year at this exact same moment, and oh my God, it's a whole nother picture. So, um, I'm just so much happier. And I'm not saying like I was last year I was at the 312 awards, and this year I'm at the Grammys or something like that. But like, I'm just saying like I'm doing a lot better than I was last year. I'm happy in my shit. And that's the biggest part when we're talking about art, which is the biggest part of my life. Being able to be happy is a big part of creating great art. When you're really miserable and shit, like I mean, yeah, you might have that one banger you create while you were miserable, but realistically, man, like I create some of the best things when I'm happy in life and I'm just really doing great in the music industry. So, um, yeah, man, Shy City Cypher and all that. We got new ciphers coming out. I feel great. Like mentally, I'm like, man, I feel like a bunch of things are about to come out. Mateo, Ill Matter, Ill for Real is actually on the cipher that's about to come out. So y'all about to hear him, man. Like it's a good feeling, bro. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Like I'm not, bro. If you ask me, can I think about things I could be unhappy about? Fuck yeah, let's go for it. I'll tell you a bunch of shit I'm unhappy about. But no, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But if I got a bunch of shit I'm happy about, I could talk about all them things, bro. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. It could be way worse. I could be fucking, one of my homies just got colon cancer. I could be way worse, dog. It could be way fucking worse. And I'm not. I'm not there. So I'm blessed, man. And shit, man. God bless everybody, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I got to say,
Just to
man.
be clear, just so that we're clear, and so everybody's clear, I'm not mad. I feel blessed to where I'm at in my journey. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold any resentment towards anyone. I don't hold any. Well, that's not true. I do have some resentment that, but I'm working on them shits. You know what I'm saying? But it's not towards you. It's not towards Mateo. It's not towards D Nick. It's not. Yeah, but there's shit that I'm still working on. You know what I'm saying? I am not perfect. No, I'm just speaking about me
You
right
see,
quick.
you keep bringing this up, and you're the
Jesus
only one bringing it up.
Christ, man. Look,
You're the only one bringing this up,
what
is
am I?
what I'm
You don't
saying.
even know. Jesus Christ,
No,
dude.
I'm just trying to say you're the only one bringing that
Bringing
up.
what up?
Nobody has brought that up at
What are you
all.
talking about?
What you're saying.
Man.
Yes, please.
No, I like total respect. I under I understand why you were trying to clarify because it is a show open to the public and that's really difficult. Like, which I commend you all on. Like, and you guys y'all don't have mods in your comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's not you don't have mods and those type of things. Not that like people comment on the show that need to be modified, but a mod might have caught that and be like, that might trigger him. Let me take that out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a thing, and there's nothing wrong with feeling like having a moment of being triggered on a show like
Right.
this.
Oh no, not
You
at all.
know, like and that's I know you ain't got no malice towards Shadow.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And Izzo, this don't have no malice towards you, and that wasn't the intention. And people, not everybody gets to read everybody's intention, and I get it. Like his tone is lost, and the show like tone is like really important. And when you reading things like reading words, just reading words, like man, it doesn't always translate.
Yeah.
We hear it how we hear it. So I get it, man. Like I totally understand, and like in respect, man, and your partner, yeah, your partner to your side has got your back, and he just want to make sure that you're cool, and it's just the thing. You guys might need to get some mod. You know what I'm saying? To turn the chat off when you're on this.
Nah, I mean, I'm cool with it.
I'm just spitballing because
Yeah.
it is tough. Like when I have to do like check-ins with the boys, like my door is closed. Like it is just us, and we all know that if someone walks in there, we shut the fuck up.
But what
Right.
do we? But
But
what
we
do we?
know the
but-
platform
no,
that we're
hold
on.
on,
We
hold
know
on.
what we're doing.
Let me
We know
let
the
me
platform
let me
we're
say
on.
let me say this, D Nick. But what do we say this show is about? We say this show is about hearing things that you don't want to hear, and when you don't want to hear things, the response is not to respond with something else. It's to be silent and listen. That's what the point is about this.
What was I not listening to?
You were not silent and you didn't listen.
To what?
When
specific.
we came upon those situations where it was like, all right, you have to listen a little bit. Like you were unreceptive to that. That's what I'm saying. Like
I was unreceptive to what specifically? I'm asking you because it's not clear to me. It's really seriously not clear to me because as I was talking and you wanted to read
Did
that,
you
when I read
talk
it,
every single time something was said?
no, what I said
Yes,
was
you every single time something was said, you had a response to it. You were saying it off to the side,
no,
so I could hear it. That's what I'm
what
saying. We have to. I
what I was
just look.
saying.
Listen, bro.
You got discipline. You got like not discipline. See, that's the wrong word. You got dang, what was it? You wanted to protect your integrity of like, no, don't do this, da da da.
That but my intent,
Full context of
right?
that's what he's saying.
Yeah, I understand that. Now I get it. But my intent was not to offend. My intent was not to be angry with
The
you
whole
or
time
whatever.
that we've been talking, bro, I ain't gonna lie, like, and I'm gonna keep it real now that we're on the show. Like, the whole time we've been talking, I feel like that anything that's been against what you believe, you immediately jump against it. And we can't be about that on this show because this show is gonna have a bunch of different views about a bunch of different shit. And if we're sitting here saying no or yelling no to shit, like, how do we get ahead? I need to hear everybody's version of it to be able to get my version of it.
Got you. Did you not hear that? I've been saying that the entire time. I literally have been saying that the entire time. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying. I'm saying I was speaking from my perspective, and I'm entitled to my perspective. I'm entitled, just like you're entitled to your opinion about everything
Let's
right
see them
now.
comments.
I barely just listened to what. See,
Nasha Griffin said you can barely just listen to what he said.
I don't know who she's talking. Maybe she's talking about you. I don't know.
You talking about me or you talking about he?
Everything and every time, always. I don't.
You turn me down?
Huh?
You turn me down?
Turns you down? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
No, your mic is on.
You sound clear.
You sound very clear. What are you talking about? I'm not even near to turn you anything down or turn you down. Barely, you know what I mean? I can't turn you down. Okay, we're not. What's she saying? We're not picking up on you, but Jesus,
We're
bro.
not picking on you, Jesus, bro. Yeah,
Who's
she's
saying-
talking
who's
to
saying-
you.
First of all, I'm
because
not
you're
even talking
acting
about
like
her.
everybody's
Jesus
picking on you in every
I'm
single
not.
nigga.
I'm getting frustrated because you're
every
not hearing me, bro.
everything that we talked about, you've act like it's been about you. Like every
Fuck
single
me.
thing has been about you, and it's
All right.
not about you,
All right,
bro.
maybe you're not hearing what I'm trying to
No, bro,
explain.
you're jumping on everything saying that
All
it's
right, you're
about
right.
you.
You're right. You're right.
If
It's not.
it wouldn't be two people saying it if that wasn't what it
Two
was,
people
bro.
saying it that are not. Okay.
That are not listening. We're here listening. Nasha's
All right.
listening. I'm talking about he. She said it. I'm talking about he.
Okay.
You are not fucking willing to listen, bro. Anytime it's the topic or the conversation gets into something that might be against you, you immediately put up a wall and you don't want to hear it. And that's real shit.
Okay. Okay.
It's not just okay. We need to build from it. It's not just okay. I need you to we need to learn from it and be different after this conversation. This conversation is just now. What happens after is what we build from this. Like, seriously, bro, we need to be better than that.
What would you want to build?
I would like to be able to come to him and tell him when he's fucking tripping. Straight up. And I want him to come and I want him to be able to come and tell me when I'm fucking tripping, like, because I know I'm gonna trip. I've called him and have been tripping before. I know when I'm gonna trip. And I need a motherfucker to be real with me and be like, Jizzle, you are tripping. D-Nick, you're tripping, dog. Tonight's not your night. Take your ass to the house, go to sleep, and fucking relax. Like, tonight's not your night, D-Nick. Like, I need that. I need Jizzle, tonight's not your night, bro. Go to fucking bed. That's what I'm talking about. Real shit, not avoiding conversations.
At times, right?
Huh?
That's what you need at times?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Cool, that's fair. But it might be, but I don't know if that's necessarily, I don't know how this pointing thing goes. So I don't know. I don't know if he's over there.
If you point at me in the camera, you're pointing at me.
He needs, you know, I'm speaking
Not sure that's what he
specifically
needs.
professional, you know, like,
Listen.
you know, it's like how we give it is always like a certain way. we're encouraged to give it and
A
just
certain way. Yeah.
yeah, we have to give it a certain way
Uh-huh.
and have to have certain boundaries loosely thing because sometimes I might be going into a session like this is going to be an academic check-in. You know what I'm saying? And for us, it would be like as professionals, that would be can translate to a work check-in or something like that. You know, there's like 20 different types of check-ins. You know, there's open check-ins, but then if I'm getting ready to do an academic check-in and some wild shit just happened where I'm stationed, and it's like, fuck that. I gotta do an open check-in and see how these fuckers is doing with this information. You know, it always I gotta be I gotta have my writtens, but be ready to freestyle if you get my metaphor. So, you know, with 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 heat, you
Yeah.
know, and you know something triggered him, you know, well, not something we know, like shadows signify, I'll just call it as is, and this is important, like that triggered him. That doesn't mean that he's wrong. They just threw him in the defensive
Yep.
thing because he's always in defensive mode.
Yep.
Right.
So it is us to learn how to articulate it clear. That's our challenge. It's our challenge to make sure that we articulate it so he doesn't go in defensive mode and
So so
disregard
it's on
everything
us.
else that
So it's on so you're saying
putting
so
out.
you're saying it's on us to learn how to communicate with them?
It's reciprocal.
Yeah.
If we care, it's
Yeah.
reciprocal. Like
Yes.
I can't like man, I cannot go to when they venting and you know when they doing check-ins and they're just venting. I like in our check-ins, we're not allowed to whatever go like to comment on the check-in. I got a referee to make sure other people because other people do like, no man, you did that. If someone is venting about what a teacher did to them in class, no man, that's because you don't be doing shit in class. No, no, no. I got a referee. Hey, this is his check-in. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? I can't be like, hey, this is his check-in. Shut the fuck up. Like, you know, I have to have a little tact with the whole thing, and I gotta be cool. I can't
That's
go in
cool.
as the counselor. I
That's
can't
cool.
go
That's cool
in,
that you don't allow
you
that.
know,
That's cool. That's cool that you allow them their space to say what they need to fucking say without somebody saying, no, well, you said this and this shit.
yeah, like you know, we
Yeah.
can challenge, and then like you know, once they're done, then they ask questions. They like, you know, they'll raise their hand, want to challenge that. I challenge them. Like if a teacher, if a kid is like, I'm good, I'm straight. What's good about your day? What was good about it? Or if they're like, man, it was terrible, and they just leave it at that. I'm gonna tell them what made it terrible. You know, like I'm the only one that like is to challenge and chime in. So it's tricky. It's tricky, you know, but I mean, it's like a no look pass at this point. But you know, for me, but this is my profession. So
Right. A shout out
so
to
I
Jessica.
understand how that, and this is a weird thing because you know we're doing a public check-in,
Right.
and we have people in the comments, and in respect to the people in the comments, but they're gonna feel you know entitled to be able to throw out you know in whatever comment, and so we have to adjust, and I would suggest maybe for these type of like check-ins, you might want to have a little bit more structure. You don't have to do it way of you know checking in per
Right.
se, but you know maybe mods or maybe like okay, we're not gonna look at the comments until
Still, right.
you know what I'm saying.
Well,
Like
that wasn't the intent this evening. You know what I'm saying? But
no,
I mean, like, I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying like
this is
how
about
how
check-ins.
how how everything had progressed. But Jessica Gillespie says you have to know how to approach your audience. You can't approach everyone the same. And
Thank you, Jessica.
yeah,
Thank you. And not to cut, she said audience.
right,
I'm glad she used that word. She said audience.
right,
Audience.
So there's a thing that implies performance and consumerism.
right,
Yep.
So we're revealing ourselves for audience consumption
Right.
by consumers. You
Mm-hmm.
know, respect to them. They pay with their time, but they're consumers. So
Right.
you have to. They may not like me saying that, but I'm a counselor, so I can't. I only know, and I gotta go in tomorrow, so I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm in practice with
Right.
this, you know, and getting into it. You know, so that's the thing. You gotta categorize people how they identify. Thank you again, Jessica. I'm so glad you said your audience.
The
Right.
audience.
Audience. She
That's
didn't
that's what's
say
important about
other
this.
people
That's
checking in. She said
but but
audience.
D-Nick, that's why when we get into these conversations where me and he go back and forth about certain things, it's about because we are looking at it from an audience point of view. There's somebody else out there that's like, man, fuck that, or fuck this. That's why we touch all aspects of it, bro. And we got to be. But you know what? There's somebody that looks at it the way that he looks at it. There's somebody that looks at it how I look at it. There's someone who's looking at it how you're looking at it. We all have our play in this. Mateo's in this as well. We all have our play in this, man. And the point of this was for us to check in and to really, you know what I'm saying? Like talk about like things that are going on. Um, I feel like almost everybody checked in. D-Nick, did you check in,
Yeah.
brother?
Yeah, I checked in.
Yeah, no, you. I know you checked in earlier with us and told us everything was good with what you were doing, man. We're really proud of you, bro. You guys are nonstop moving around. Like I swear to God, I can't. If I was to try to keep track of how many festivals you've been at, I probably would have lost track already in the last like month or two. So, shout out.
Yeah, and that was my blessings, man. Thank you. That was my check-in, like to go and do that feeling like I did a pies check-in and to go and be doing what we just did, and then got to come back with your body not feeling 100%, especially with MS and all of this, and then you got that's why I did a specifically a pies check-in because man, I gotta retool and go right into work
Yeah.
where I don't know what I'm walking into. I don't know what these
You don't know
boys are
what's
going through.
happening.
Yeah.
You
You
don't
don't
know
know what
what's
the weekend
happening.
has been like.
You don't know what's happening in the next week. And I want to talk about being in the hospital when my son was sick and walking down that ward of sick children and seeing children in head casts and with all types of wires and cables going to them and stuff, man. And I thought about that in the end, all the things that we talk about, we are all semi good in health, man. We're still moving around and being able to do some of the things that we love. It's not the end of the world. This is a show about us getting better and being able to build,
Absolutely.
man. And I hope that anybody that listened was able to get some kind of something out of it within all of our situations, within my situation, Heat situation, D-Nick situation, ill for real situation. You know what I'm saying? We're all here to talk about us, bro. So that's just to show y'all we're transparent as fuck.
Yeah.
We're y'all can hit us up on any number, any contact, anything that we gave y'all on the comments, and just hit us up. Let us know,
I'm
y'all.
transparent as making out. I don't know if we fucking just yet.
You know what? That's a good description. I feel like you're right before third base.
Right.
D-Nick,
Shout out to third base.
stands right before third base. Heat detector.
Yo, check it out.
Heat detector's fucking full base home run.
Check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
I'm
Check this
like
out.
home base, but what's up, brother?
Yeah,
man?
yeah, yeah. I want to like we're at the end of this right now, but I wanted to say this before we end the show. From this point on, we're going to start making sure we have phone numbers and everything within the show for people that may need help.
I'm
may
ready
need to
to
reach
get
out.
my number right now.
No, I'm not just our numbers or whatever. I'm talking about crisis hotlines and things of that nature to make sure that we have these things available when we're doing the show. So we're not just sitting here just rambling on and doing stuff and saying and being crazy or whatever in the hell. I want to make sure that we have these things moving forward with this show.
Can we give
And
a
with
number?
that-
Can we? Can we?
I'm only certified a second degree
Hey.
suicide prevention. I'm not
Right.
third.
Hey,
Okay.
hey,
Just wanna
D-Nick.
be transparent with that.
D-Nick,
Nah.
can we D-Nick, can we give a number or somebody messaged me in the comments asking me for you guys to provide a number for people that have MS that would like to have some kind of community or some kind of outreach, brother. So if you could send people somewhere, please do it now.
Okay.
Good luck on that one, man.
Shoot, I have a lady's number. Give me.
Take your time, bro. We all we got is time. We don't give a fuck. This shit'll go live as long as we want it to go live. So get that number, bro. But the reason I said it was because somebody actually messaged me and asked me to make sure to provide a number for people dealing with MS and issues with MS that are in our hip hop community. Because we like to be included. You know, I mean, there's like
All inclusive.
hip hop community. There might be a rock community, but there's a hip hop community that has MS and they want info. So yeah, if you have any information for them, this is the moment.
Okay, give me a bit. Y'all handle
Yeah,
your-
I'm gonna handle that.
Take your time, man.
I got that. Hold on. Real
ahead.
quick, like not real quick, like, but as he gets the number and everything, because we're gonna be ending the show, as we do in every show, and we're gonna start with Mateo. We do last words, last thoughts, as we do every show. Mateo, last words, last thoughts about any and everything we talked about tonight.
I think everybody needs to check in a little more often than we usually do. You know, I think a good check in,
Yeah,
doing it
100%.
more often, probably getting into the rhythm of it will probably, you know, clear a lot of more things. You know, I feel like we spend too much time not checking in or waiting too long to check in.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
But other than that, I think we like Jizzle, you know, we were blessed at the same time, you know, as much as we deal with a bunch of bullshit and a bunch of lifing and shit, we do have to count our blessings at times and talk better about yourself and start doing better about yourself, you know. Yeah.
Word. I agree. D-Nick, along with the number, make sure you repeat it a couple times. Last words. If he's found it yet. Maybe he hasn't. You want to go last thoughts, Jizzo, before I end this?
Give me 5 seconds.
All
All right, let's go. So, I got a number for people that, so anybody that we were talking about, and shout out to D-Nick because he would have came on and gave the actual, maybe some other information. But
Yeah, he froze
anybody that's dealing with MS, man, in the hip hop community and abroad, we got a number. It's 1-800-532-7667, or you can chat live. That's on WebMD, and that's for people who have multiple sclerosis. So go ahead and tap in with that. If we get D-Nick on the building and back online, we'll also get him to drop the information. But my last thoughts will be that, I don't know, bro. I think today I want my last thoughts to be about checking in, and sometimes, bro, it's gonna be about confronting. And I'll be honest, bro. Like, I feel like when you and me checked in today, because yeah, we're on the show, dog, but at the same time, I feel like it's you and me. I feel like it's you and me checking in. Like, yeah, we're on the show, we're on camera, but I feel like it's you and me checking in. And we need to work on the part of where we're feeling attacked.
Okay.
Because I feel the same way sometimes. When you say things to me, when I know I'm lacking, you'll say it to me, and I know I'm lacking, and I feel some kind of way about it. But I feel like we got to normalize us getting, as brothers, being able to call ourselves out and be like, all right, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. Like, that's the best I could get out of it. If I want to build a solution out of everything that we talked about, it'll be about that. It'll be about us, you and me, communicating about things that we really shouldn't be doing. Whatever, maybe you're not doing things you shouldn't be doing, but we should be able to I should be able to tell you this is what's wrong. So anyway, peace to y'all, man. Much love to y'all. Shout out to D-Nick, everybody that tuned in. Shout out to Ill For Real, my boy Heat Detector, man. I love y'all 100%. Jizzle for Shizzle on Instagram. That's it.
Word. I appreciate everything you just said, man, like on some real shit. And, you know, to be quite frank, right now, I'm going to speak on me. And I'm not going to, and this is to address everything. Like, I'm taking all of this in. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking it all in. I'm listening. It may not seem like it at times, but I'm listening. And to go to something that D Nick had said, um, like I, the shit is difficult because not difficult to say, but it's difficult maybe for someone to understand. Um, I'm like my ass has been in survival mode
Uh-huh.
like my entire life. And so it's just not that I feel like you're attacking me because not once did I feel like you were attacking me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was literally just trying to say that I didn't feel attacked. I wasn't feeling anything. But at the same time, if I feel a certain way about something, I'm gonna say something. You know what I mean? And I'm working on all of those things. I'm working on everything. And so like my last thoughts on everything is life is a fucking work in progress. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I already know, man, I'm not perfect. I have a lot to work on, and I'm working on that shit daily. I can't fix everything within a day, within 2 days, 3 days, a month, a year. You know what I mean? I can work on what I can work on, and I'm doing that as we speak, as we do these shows, as I wake up every morning. And I would implore anyone listening to do the same, man. You know what I mean? I take what you say to me and anybody says to me and I let it process. It may not process that very moment, but I process it, and I can only strive to do better the next time around. You know what I'm saying? And if I've offended you, bro, I promise you that is not my intent, you know? And if it felt like to you that I felt like I was being attacked, I promise you, I don't feel like I was being attacked. Maybe my outwardly was looking like I felt like I was attacked. But I don't feel like I was being attacked. It's just I didn't agree. And sometimes when I
But
don't
that's
agree,
why I said that
no,
we
I
need
mean,
to. But that's why I said, and I'm gonna
that doesn't
cut
mean
you.
I wasn't
I'm gonna
listening to
cut you
you.
off. That's why I said that we need to feel like we're able to talk to each other, brother. So
I do feel like
if you feel that I'm ever being a certain way with you, maybe you need to listen. And the same way with me, if I hear you telling me something, bro, I'm gonna listen. I got a small list of people I'm gonna listen to, but that small list of people includes you.
I
So if
appreciate it.
I'm fucking tripping, if I'm losing my fucking mind, we had a conversation earlier about something that was happening within this household, and you heard my opinion of it, and you had your opinion of it, and afterwards you did think to yourself, shit, maybe I should have
Right.
such and such. You thought about it slightly different when I commented to
Right.
you. So that's what I'm saying. Like we need to be open to suggestions. It's the only way we're gonna build. And you are somebody that I consider a consistently evolving person. So
I
I don't
appreciate
doubt
that.
for 1 second that you won't take any of what we said in any aspect and not build off of it.
Right.
Even if it's not clearly visible, I
Right.
know that you took the message and built off of it no
Yeah,
matter
for
what.
real.
So
I mean,
man,
that's
I,
a, that.
I love you, bro, and
I
that
love
this
you
show
too,
is
man.
important. It's so important. It's one of the most important things in my life currently.
Right.
I have it consistently on my fucking calendar. It's 100% on my mind 7 days a week. So this is my show, man. This is your show. This is our show.
It's the people show.
It's us, bro. It's
Yeah.
us.
No, for real. I apologize if I came off that way because that I
Don't
truly
worry
was not.
about
No,
that,
no, no.
dog. We
I'm
don't have
just
to worry
saying. Let
about
me
that.
let me let me finish my thought, bro. Please.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my intent. You know what I mean? I was focused on what I was focused on at that moment, and that other shit kind of threw me off, kind of triggered some shit a little bit, and then it just felt like it just wouldn't stop. Like, God damn, man, that I was just saying, and I am entitled to my own boundaries. I'm entitled to my own shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to listen to me, just like I don't have to listen to you. I don't have to listen to Mateo. I don't have to listen to anybody. I can choose to or not choose to. And I'm working on all of those things. And I'm working on taking information in. And sometimes I have to process it a day later, an hour later, sometimes 10 minutes later, sometimes 1 minute later. Some things are a little harder to process. You know what I'm saying? But Godspeed. You know what I mean? That's why we do this. You know what I mean? Not just for other people, but we
If
do
I
this shit
if
for
I had to
ourselves.
put my money, dog, I'm gonna say this. If I had to put my money on motherfuckers that are willing to learn and willing to grow, I would have a fucking. Do I have a top 5? Are we on rap? Do I have a top 5? My top 5 would be you, would be Mateo, would be Tino, would be Cameron, because we're here all the time. They're not here now, but we're here all the time, and we're fucking consistently. We're trying, dog. If somebody said, "Did he try?" If I died, would they say, "Did he try?" Yeah, bro, we tried. We tried a bunch over and fucking over
Right.
again as men. We stood here in our fucking shoes and said, "Yeah, it's us and we need help." And that's me, that's Heat, that's fucking Ill for Real, Cam, Whoop de Whoop. It's all of us, bro. We tried. So thank you, bro. Everything that you do means so much to me. Sometimes we argue a little bit on camera, but at the end of the day, that I know that when it comes to it, if I got to pull my knife, I'm giving it to you to get us through the net. So
I appreciate it. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it.
if we got stuck and I had to give you my knife to get us through the net, I would give it to you.
My man.
So
I appreciate that. That says a lot about your
100%,
trust in me. And I trust you too, brother, on some real shit. It's been a hell of a show, man. I hope, and my thoughts are that whoever watching, listening, understands what we're talking about, what it means. Even for myself, I'm gonna, at the end of the night, when it's all said and done and everybody's sleeping and shit, I'll probably be laying up, processing it all, and getting myself more aware of certain things. Like I said, man, in the beginning of the whole conversation, having the realization that I was doing things to control shit doesn't mean I figured it out. It just means that I became aware of it, like, bam, like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I figured it out, like how to fix it or how to do it. I still got to talk to my therapist. I still got to, it's a work in progress. But the fact that I'm aware of it, even though it may not seem like it, the fact that I'm aware of it, for me, means mountains. Because that's going to change my step tomorrow. That's going to change my step the day after. That's going to change my step tomorrow throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? It's going to change my step after we end the show. You know what I'm saying? But it's about, processing it all. It's about gaining the information.
Can I ask you something,
yeah,
brother?
go, man. Go ahead.
And I have to talk about this before we end the episode because I feel like it was an issue when we started the episode. Are you willing to listen to things that might not be exactly how you see it?
Yeah.
Because I know when you and me started communicating in this topic specifically, we bounced back and forth and we weren't connecting.
Right.
Are you open to just seeing shit how it is sometimes, like how other people see it and building off of that?
Yes, I just said that. Yeah, 100%. I also said that in that moment, that's the only thing that I was trying to say at that particular time. In that moment, and how I read it, I was like, why is he joking? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't understand. I didn't understand in the moment.
Yeah.
What was going on as I was talking about something that related to me very deeply. I didn't understand that.
Who do we got
in
the
moment.
comments?
That was Robert. Shout out to Big Rob, man.
Go ahead
in the
put
comments,
that comment up there for Robert Collins said, "What's up, bro? What's up, Robert Collins, man? We see you in the building.
Big Rob.
What's up, Big Rob? We see you in the building. All right, man. I think we all hit our final.
Yeah, man.
I'm about. Final message, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it, man. I think.
Slow down, killer. Look, you know why I say slow down?
Why?
Because I'm the host. Anyways, yeah, like you said. What were you saying? Yeah. D-Nick is calling, and my phone is gonna die.
Let me talk to him.
My phone is gonna die. So
let me talk to him.
I'm giving you the phone.
Yo, what's up, D-Nick?
Shout out to everybody that was watching the show.
I'm still on mic, so go ahead and you can talk through me.
Oh, I sent the number in the chat and Facebook messaged it to Heat.
Okay, so
okay, cool. It should pop up in a second.
For those that's watching, the number that D-Nick sent us, that's for that contact info. Anybody that needed to talk to somebody, we're gonna put that info in the comments. D-Nick just sent it to me on DM somewhere, so we'll get that info up.
It's in the comments.
It's in the comments.
All right, it's in the comments. So if y'all in the comments, y'all can make sure to watch the comments and check that out. It's been a pleasure for us, man. Every single week is a pleasure for us. We go on about an hour to 2 hours sometimes about talking about real shit, and every single week it affects every single one of us personally, including the host, the guest host, the people that are tuning in virtually, like D Nick and OT and everybody, man. So y'all make sure to stay tuned with us. We love y'all, man. And get with us every Sunday. We're here 8:30 p.m. We could talk about it every single week. Whatever you want to talk about, get with us. We are here every single week. Let's go.
Yeah. And once again, this has been the check-in. The comment hasn't in the comments. It hasn't come up yet. I want to wait for a second. Oh shit! I didn't realize. Yeah.
End it.
Well, hold on, bro.
Just end it, nigga. I ended it already.
Okay. Hold on, man. I want it to come up in the comments so I can put it up on the screen. And I'm just waiting for it to come into the comments. And I was saying something, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that watched the show tonight or listened to the show. Shout out to you, Jizzle, being here all the time. My right-hand man. Shout out to Ill for Real for being here. Shout out to D Nick for he's our legit he's our what do you say, like he's like our co-host but not co-host, you know what I'm saying?
No, he's our voice when we are tripping.
Or voice when we're tripping. Yeah, that too. He's all of those things, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody else. Shout out to anybody that's been watching this show. Was gonna wait. I'm waiting for the comment to jump in. I'm gonna look real quick. If it ain't up there, I don't know. There it is. Nope. Hold on. Wow. Shout out Zoe. That Heat guy is super narcissistic and continues to talk about himself with no respect. No respect is cringe. Jesus.
Hold on. What does that say?
I just read
that
it.
Heat guy is narcissistic, continues to talk about himself with no respect is cringe. Jesus.
Shout out to Zoe.
All right, man.
I appreciate that.
All right, man. Shit, we can't go into that.
Nah, shout out to her. She has her opinion.
People have their opinion. They're gonna comment. That's why this is a public show, so
Yeah.
people in the public can make their comments.
Yeah. 100%.
Do you take that comment as something that you could build off of, or like, what do you think about that comment? Like, is it something you can say to yourself, all right, I am talking about myself too much, or I'm not talking about myself enough? Like, what do you make of that? Are you talking about yourself too much?
I'm not trying to talk about myself at all, really. If I'm being frank, I'm not trying to. It keeps going there, so I'm obviously going to say something, but I'm not trying to talk about myself in any of it, really. But it keeps going back to that, just like right now.
It keeps going back to you.
Yeah, so of course I'm going to talk about me. If it keeps coming back to me, of course I'm going to fucking say something. But I'm not taking any of that. Like, I'm not butthurt about what this person said or whatever. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. It's not going to affect my day tomorrow. It's not going to affect my day today.
Do you take it into consideration how you move after that?
Like, I'm looking at it. I'm reading it. I read it out loud. What else do you want me to do? I said earlier, I'm going to process all of this shit. This doesn't mean I'm not disregarding anyone. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's D-Nick. I'm not disregarding anybody or what they say, but you know, D-Nick, what do you want me to say about the person? If that's their opinion about me, that's their opinion.
D-Nick, what do you think about that comment?
He's got himself muted.
You got yourself muted. Brother. You're muted. We don't.
There you go.
All right, go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. What do you think about that? What do you think about that comment?
He being narcissistic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's her perspective. That's her opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I totally understand how she can feel that way. I totally understand how she can be off base.
Right.
Like, so it's more like a moment by moment type of thing. You know, I don't easily throw away like dismissive terms like narcissistic and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, he asked me how am I going to process it.
I'm extra not like necessarily co-signing or like not validating this shit, you know.
Yeah. Well.
But to that number, like the National MS Foundation, 1-800-344-4867. And if you're in Chicago, like, there you go. You can always visit the Multiple Sclerosis Society. That's um, 525 West Monroe Street, Suite 1510. And if you talk about hospitals, the best for me, the best hospital to go to is in Rush, out in the medical district.
Word up. All right. I guess with that, we out. Yeah? No? Okay. All right. Well, this has been the check-in. We'll see you guys next week. We'll be here every Sunday, 8:30. Peace out. Love and respect. Peace.